Alright, another reaction video. This is NBA Finals. Warriors back on top. Warriors beat the Cavaliers 129-120. 4-1 series. Kevin Durant got what he wanted. Got that championship he wanted. Got the ring that he was looking for. And got the championship that he wanted. You know, that's why he left OKC to get the ring. I know a lot of people have mixed emotions about it. You know, me personally, I'm happy for Durant. You know, he definitely deserves a ring. I'm still a little iffy about him being on Golden State. You know, because they got four All-Stars: Curry, Draymond, Thompson, and Durant. But you know, obviously Kevin Durant did what he had to do. He put himself in the best situation to win a championship. Obviously, he felt like he wasn't gonna win in OKC. Otherwise, he would have stayed in OKC, and he just felt like going to Golden State was the best option for him to win a championship, and he prevailed, man. He did what he wanted to do. He did what he said he was gonna do. And to me, it's just, you know, last year he was up 3-1 in the final, 3-1 against Golden State, and then they choked and lost. And he went to the team that beat him. That's the only thing that kind of freaking throws me off a little bit. It's just he went to the team that defeated him. Because I'm competitive. I don't like to lose. I know I don't like to lose. So I definitely wanted to go into Golden State. And I'm like, fuck that. I want to beat these niggas. No, I'm not going to play for them. I knew. I just felt like he wasn't going to stay in OKC. It just wasn't going to happen. I did not see him staying in OKC. I thought he was going to go to Boston, to be honest, but, you know, I heard rumors and stuff of him maybe going to the Warriors, but I didn't believe it. I was like, that wouldn't be fair. Like, why the hell would he want to go to the Warriors? It's the team that beat him. Like, why would he want to do that? But then he signed with the Warriors in the offseason, and I was like, holy shit, he really wants to go Golden State, man. Like, damn. So he did what he had to do to put himself in the best position to win a championship. I mean, he did it. You know, he beat LeBron. They won in the finals now. And obviously LeBron won his first championship in 2012 when he was in Miami and Kevin was still in OKC. And now he beat LeBron in Cleveland, and now Kevin's with the Warriors. You know, obviously LeBron's still the best player on the planet. I don't think. He averaged a triple-double in the finals. You know what I'm saying? He had 41 points tonight. He averaged triple-double the whole finals. First person in history to ever average triple-double in the finals. So, I mean, LeBron is just... I've never been a big LeBron fan. I've never been a LeBron fan like that. I don't root for LeBron. I don't cheer for LeBron. I have nothing but respect for him because he's one of the best players to ever step foot on a basketball court. You can't hate on greatness because LeBron is probably the best player of the 2000s generation, honestly, of this generation. You know, obviously Jordan was in the 90s. The only other player, maybe Kobe or Shaq. Shaq was in the 90s too, so between him and Kobe. It's between him and Kobe as the best of the 2000s. But LeBron he's just sensational, man. I mean, the man is just 6'8", 260. Great basketball IQ, can do it all, man. He's so unselfish with the ball. Loves to pass the ball, gets everybody involved, can score it easily if he wanted to, rebounds easily. You know, he's just a fucking robot. You know what I'm saying? He's a freak of nature. The man's like a damn machine. And he's 32. He'll be 33 next season, so obviously he'll be ready for next season. But he got to come out and get that throne back, man. He got to make a statement next year, man. He has to win the title next year. Because if Thompson and Curry stay on this Warriors team, I'm positive Curry will stay, but if Thompson stays, man, this Warriors team they may be champions for the next 3 years. I mean, because even if Chris Paul goes to the Spurs, you know, that's the only team that can take them down would be the Spurs in the West. But especially if they get CP3. But man, to beat this team is just they lost one game in the playoffs. They lost one game in the playoffs. They were 16-1 in the playoffs. I mean, this team is set for the next 3 or 4 years, for sure. There's no question. I mean, Kevin Durant already said he would take less money to stay with the Warriors. So obviously they got something great going in Golden State right now. So I don't see any of them going anywhere. Maybe Thompson will leave, but other than that, if he stays, bro, Warriors they a threat, a huge threat to the NBA for real, to any team, even the Cavs, man. The Cavs gotta figure something out. They got a couple free agents of in the offseason, so see if they can pick up see what kind of pieces they can pick up during the offseason. But Kevin Durant played sensational in the finals, man. He wanted it so bad. You can tell he wanted that championship so bad. He played like a fucking monster in the finals, man. He was not taking the L. He did not want to take the. Losing was not an option for him. He was not taking the L, and he had to beat LeBron, and he had to do what he had to do. He just put himself in the best position to win a championship, man. And whether some people like it or don't, you know, Durant's probably the best scorer of all time. 6'11". Who can stop a 6'11" guard that can dribble the ball, shoot the three ball? Kevin Durant can drop 40 if he wanted to every night easily. If he wanted to, Kevin Durant is just a special player. So was LeBron James, but this year was Kevin Durant's year, and he wanted that championship. That's why he left OKC. Otherwise, he would have stayed, but he just felt like in his mind it wasn't going to happen with Westbrook and OKC. Otherwise, he would have stayed. But it's all good, man. They got the next season to get ready for. We'll see what kind of moves they make off season. I hope Chris Paul goes to the Spurs because I'm a Lakers team, but the Spurs is my backup team because Kawhi Leonard is my favorite player in the NBA. So if Chris Paul goes to the Spurs, I'm definitely rooting for the Spurs because my Lakers ain't shitty. We still rebuilding, so we ain't even close to being a championship caliber team yet. So the only team in the West that could take them down would be the Spurs, man. And of course, ain't nobody gonna stop LeBron in the East. I mean, there's not a team in the East that's gonna stop LeBron unless they were talking about maybe Paul George going to the Wizards or to Boston. If Paul George goes to one of those two teams, then LeBron in trouble because they could make some noise and maybe take him down in the East. But other than that, LeBron will go to the finals every year. There's not a team in the East that will take him down. That's why That's why LeBron goes to the finals every single year because there's not a team in the East that can stop him. So. I didn't think it would be. I thought this would be 7 games for sure. I'm really surprised it ended in 5 games, but the Warriors did what they had to do. They were very unselfish. They didn't care who scored 20. They didn't care who scored 30. They just want to go out there and win. They did what they had to do, and Warriors back on top, NBA champions. Congratulations to the Warriors. Congratulations to KD. Got his first championship. Got what he was looking for. This is what he wanted. He wanted that championship feeling. He wanted that ring. He wanted it. He wanted that experience. So now he has that under his belt. So now let's see if they go back to back. Let's see what happens next season. Let's see if LeBron can get back on top of the mountain. Let's see if LeBron can get that 4th championship. And that's another thing right there. To me, championships don't define somebody's career. I would say it'd be stats and everything that you accomplish in your career. But no matter what anybody says, this is the reason why LeBron would never pass up Jordan as the greatest because of his record in the finals. He's 3-5 in the finals. Jordan 6-0. When Jordan never lost a championship game, that says a lot. He never went to Game 7. When Jordan had to win, he did what he had to do, and he just his relentlessness, obviously they're two different type of players. Obviously LeBron's a better all-around player than Jordan, but he don't have that same fire that guys like Jordan had, that Kobe had. He don't have that same type of fire to me that they had. He don't have that same intensity that Jordan and Kobe had. That's what made them so great, and that's what made them so vicious and so feared, because fucking Michael Jordan was so ferocious on the court. Like, he'd rip your heart out, you know what I'm saying, and show no remorse. LeBron's never been that player. He's just a different type of player than they are. And that's what separates him from Kobe and Jordan. But the reason that people will never consider him as the greatest is because his record in the finals is not good. It's 3-5. He's lost more finals than he's won. And I know he's played some tough teams in the finals, and they were saying that Jordan didn't play better LeBron played better teams than Jordan did. That's true. I'll give you that. But you got to look at it. Back in the '90s, you didn't have superstars jumping teams to play with other superstars. You know what I'm saying? It's not like how it is now. People weren't like Kevin Durant jumping to a 73 win team that has 3 All Stars. That's not how it was back in the day. The majority of teams had 2 All Stars, and they had shooters, defenders, and role players. That's how it was built in the '90s. That's what made their team great. Obviously, Jordan, he played Utah was probably his toughest team. Supersonics were also a tough team, but you can't. It's 2 different eras. The '90s and 2000s is 2 different eras, and obviously LeBron. He's probably played different teams. He's played the Spurs. He's played this Warriors team. Those are probably the OKC team he crushed. I don't count that. He lost to Dallas. But that's the only time he ever choked in the finals, 2011 when he lost to Dallas. Because Dallas is the oldest team to ever win a championship, and the only player they had was Dirk Nowitzki. He was the heart and soul of that team. Dirk Nowitzki carried that team to the championship. So there was I couldn't believe that they lost to Dallas, especially when they went to Miami and he had 3 All Stars and they lost to Dirk Nowitzki, one dude. I can't believe they lost to Dallas. So I wouldn't count Dallas as one of the toughest teams ever played because Dallas was a great team, tough team, but if you look at it on paper, nobody gave Dallas a chance. Everybody thought Miami was going to blow them out the waters. But I would say that the 2 toughest teams he definitely has played is the Spurs and the Warriors. And, now with this Warriors team now, it's going to be even tougher because if KD ain't going nowhere, man. And with him on that Warriors squad, it's going to be hard for LeBron to dethrone him, man. So that's what's always going to tarnish his resume, man, is because his finals record isn't good. It's bad. And that's what, guys like Kobe are 5-2 in the finals. Shaq is, let me see, he lost twice in the finals. He won 4, so he's 4-2 in the finals. Bill Russell 11-1 in the finals. Jordan 6-0. So that's what is going to tarnish his legacy. Not really his legacy, but that's what's going to tarnish him from being the GOAT. I would say, because his record in the finals it's not elite. If LeBron was undefeated because this was his 8th finals. If he was 8-0 in the finals, he'd be the greatest. No question. It wouldn't even be close. He'd be the best player ever to step foot on the basketball court because his game is just so flawless. He's definitely the best all-around player of all time. Passing, rebounding, and all. LeBron does it all. That's what makes him so special because he does it all. But him being better than Jordan it ain't gonna happen, man. It's just not. It's not gonna happen. If he'd have won this finals, definitely would have been in the conversation. He might have even been better than Jordan if he won this finals. But that's what's gonna tarnish him from being the GOAT, man. Is that finals record right there, man. Whether anybody likes it or wants to agree with it or not, that's what it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. I'm not saying it's all about championships, but that's how people get judged is by championships, and I totally agree with that. I think it's about stats and everything, but as far as great NBA players and legends and Hall of Famers putting LeBron over Jordan, some might, but most they ain't gonna label him as the GOAT. It's not gonna happen. Jordan will always be the GOAT. LeBron's finals record will always tarnish that, man, and that's what sucks because. Like I said, even if he wasn't undefeated in the finals, even if his finals record was better, even if his finals record was a winning record, he'd probably be the GOAT. He'd be the greatest of all time. But his record being 3-5, that's what fucks it up. That's what fucks it up, man. Right there, 3-5 is not good, especially being in the finals 8 times and you've only won 3 championships in 8 finals. That's not good. That's not good at all. So that's what's gonna tarnish it, man. But like I said, congratulations to the Warriors, 2017 NBA champions. Kevin Durant got what he wanted, got that ring. Doesn't matter how you feel about it. He accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. He went to Golden State for that reason to win a championship, and he did what he had to do. He's now an NBA champion. He has a ring under his belt. So maybe they'll go back to back next year. We'll have to wait and see what happens in the offseason. But it's my reaction to the NBA Finals, Game 5. Warriors are NBA champions. They dethroned the Cavs. Back on top as the champions. Who can stop them?